Welcome to Life XP Boost. Here, we share life hacks and self-improvement tips to help you level up. If you want to transform your life, you're in the right place. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. Let's embark on this journey of personal growth together.
And if you find the video helpful, don't forget to like it. So, let's start the video.
It's crazy how we all have that inner voice telling us, hey, you're kind of backing down right now. But instead of calling ourselves out, most of us make excuses and tell little white lies to feel better. The first step is facing who you really are. For me, that meant confronting my fears. I used to stutter as a kid, and even now, being on this show makes me uncomfortable. But that's exactly why I have to do it. There's a version of me, the weak, fearful version that life tried to shape. But I refuse to accept that. I can't live in fear, worried about what people think. The only way to break free is to face those fears head on. People like to show their best sides and hide their worst. But true strength comes from vulnerability. That's how you grow. Imagine if when you were born, there was a chart detailing everything you were meant to achieve. Now picture getting to the end of your life and realizing you fell short, not because you weren't capable, but because you didn't put in the work. I don't want that. I want to reach the end and know I surpassed every expectation. Most people never tap into their full potential. The truth is, life is tough. Growth is uncomfortable. But that's exactly why you have to push yourself beyond what feels easy. You have to challenge yourself every single day. When I was struggling academically, I didn't sugarcoat it. I told myself the truth. You're not smart enough. Yet. So I worked harder, studied more, and proved myself wrong. Success comes from facing the hard truths, not running from them. Most people settle at 40% of what they're capable of. They don't go the extra mile because it's painful and lonely. But that's exactly why you should. Nobody can do the work for you. You can watch motivational videos, attend seminars, and read self-help books. But if you're not willing to look inward and hold yourself accountable, nothing will change. You have to create a vision for yourself. Something bigger than you. It won't feel real at first, but that's okay. You build that reality by putting in the work. Ask yourself, what do I stand for? What kind of life do I want? If you don't have a purpose, you'll drift through life without direction. But here's the truth. Purpose isn't something you find. It's something you create. And at the center of it all is you. If you don't care enough to push yourself, no one else can do it for you. So either step up and take control, or keep making excuses and watch life pass you by. The choice is yours. I can't give you. I had to wake up miserably every morning in the cold. It was tough. This is your new life. Take it or leave. There's no joy in it, no peace. It sucks, plain and simple, and it's going to keep sucking. Then one day, you might reach a point where it gets a little better. Self-discipline is everything. If you don't have it, I can't even look at you because I know you're capable of more. It's not just about discipline, it's about you. The self part is what really matters. You will fail. You will doubt yourself. You will hear that voice saying, I'm not good enough. But the real test is how you push through that every single day. At some point, you'll start feeling comfortable. Your fridge is full, money's coming in, and you're no longer struggling. You start believing that's enough. People retire at 40, at 30 even, and they think they've made it. But at 43, I'm still running 100-mile weeks, still pushing myself to the limit. because I refuse to become soft. The worst thing that can happen to a man is becoming comfortable. You lose the fight. You lose the drive. You start thinking, why am I even doing this? I'm good. But you're not. You have never arrived. You may have achieved things, but there's always more. You should aim to be uncommon among uncommon people. I had a rough upbringing. Instead of letting it break me, I turned all that negativity into fuel. I have a level of passion that makes people uncomfortable. They ask how I stay hungry, because once I accomplish something, I don't sit back. Most people reach a goal and relax. Then they wonder why they're losing their edge. The truth is, once you reach the top of one mountain, you need to start climbing another. Otherwise, you fall into mediocrity. A lot of people have one big achievement and then stop. They had their moment, they made their money, and now they're just coasting. But what about today? What about tomorrow? What about the next damn day? I respect the person who wakes up and says, I have to do it again. The person who keeps pushing through the pain, who keeps chasing growth. That's the person I listen to. You gain wisdom through suffering. And on the other side of suffering is a world most people will never see. A beautiful world. But people will judge you for this mindset. They'll say he's crazy. He's obsessed. Because society feeds you shortcuts and easy hacks. But there is no hack, no magic formula. The only way is to do the work again and again and again. That's the real lesson. People wonder why they're not successful. They go to seminars, listen to motivational speeches, hoping for some secret answer. But success isn't about sitting in a crowd nodding your head. It's about doing. It's about failing, learning, and going again. What brings me joy is knowing what the mind is truly capable of. And I didn't learn it from a book or a drug. I learned it by pushing myself past the limits. True willpower, true resilience, the ability to fail again, and still keep going. That feeling, knowing what I've been through, is enough. For me. I don't need anything external. Sometimes life will hijack your mind. When that happens, you're lost. Your goals, your ambition, gone. Life will throw setbacks at you. A breakup, a failed test, a missed promotion. But guess what? Get over it. Move on. Don't let life own your mind. You own it. Control it. Look around. 3 a.m. and there's no one else awake. No cars, no people. Everyone's in bed, dreading Monday. But me, I love it. I love knowing that while everyone else is getting weaker, I'm getting stronger. It's not about running, swimming, or push-ups. It's about what those things do for your mind. You don't grow sitting on the couch. You grow by getting out, there and attacking the day. Every morning you have a choice. Stay in bed or get after it. Yesterday I chose to wake up and work. Today I'm making the same choice again. It never ends. This whole world is a mental game. Once you learn how to master it, it's not a game anymore. It's just life. I used to see myself as the weakest person alive. I wanted to turn that into being the strongest. Who's going to carry the boats? You find peace when you fight that. War within yourself, because then you know who you truly are. When you quit, your mind stops expanding. It takes over and you lose control. You have to be the one to decide where you're going, how you're getting there, and what you're willing to endure to make it happen. I wasn't born with a warrior mentality. I built it. I went through hell to get here. What changed me? Holding myself accountable, pushing myself past my limits, grinding myself into something unbreakable. No one was coming to save me. I had to save myself. Growth comes through suffering. On the other side of suffering is a world few ever reach. That's where you find yourself. You have to step into the fire, face the darkness, and rebuild yourself from the ground up. This journey isn't easy, it's real. It will break you before it builds you. But in the end, you will become what you were meant to be. Stay hard. Your mind always has the upper hand. It knows your fears, insecurities, and the lies you tell yourself. It constantly pushes you towards comfort, away from anything that challenges you. But you have to take control. When that alarm clock rings at 4 a.m., your mind will say, "Stay in bed." That's when you need to say, "No, this is what we do now." Success requires doing things you don't want to do, again and again. More often than not, the path to where you want to be is paved with discomfort. That discomfort must become your new normal. And once you embrace it, it becomes second nature, like breathing. To grow, you have to suffer, not just physically, but mentally. If you're willing to push through, your mind and body can achieve incredible things. The world will test you. It will find your weaknesses and exploit them. That's why you need to build a mindset strong enough to handle anything life throws at you. You don't gain wisdom without hardship. On the other side of struggle is a world few ever reach, a world where you truly know yourself. But getting there requires consistency. If you stop practicing a skill, you lose it. The same goes for mental toughness. You don't maintain it by standing still. If you want to be exceptional, be prepared to be misunderstood. People will call you obsessed, crazy, or extreme. That's a sign you're on the right track. When they ask why you're training at 1 a.m., they won't get it. And that's okay. Failure isn't a stop sign. It's a challenge. Can't figure something out? Try again. Still struggling? Try again. Keep showing up until your mind accepts. There's no other option. That's how you push past limits. Many people look for peace first, but real peace comes after the struggle. You won't find your true self without facing obstacles, holding yourself accountable, and doing the hard things every day. For me, the new normal became waking up at 4 a.m. and pushing through. At first it was suffering, but over time it became just another day. That's the difference between those who stay comfortable and those who rise above. The worst thing that can happen is becoming too comfortable, too civilized. Many top athletes retire and let themselves go because they lose the drive. But the real champions never stop setting an example. Retirement doesn't mean letting go of the discipline that got you there. People say I'm wired differently. I'm not. I just refuse to stop. Every day I fight my insecurities. Every day I grind, not for trophies, fame, or recognition, but for the feeling of knowing I gave everything I had. At the end of the day, success isn't about talent or luck. It's about facing your fears and turning your weaknesses into fuel. That's how you become unstoppable.